In-session correspondent Gene Casares is in Lima, Peru, in front of the Hotel TAC. That's where Sloot had a room, and Stephanie Flores Ramirez's body was found. Gene, what charges will Sloot face now that he has confessed to this killing?
Well, you know, Vinny, authorities probably won't even know until this reconstruction takes place. We are live right here at the Hotel TAC. This is where authorities are saying the murder occurred of Stephanie Flores. Vinny, there is media all over because what we are learning is that not only the National Police of Peru will be coming here, but Joran Sloot will be coming here to show them what he did in the confession of the murder of Stephanie Flores. Let's show everybody. This is the Hotel TAC right here. Vinny, there's newspapers all over the door. I actually tried to get in a little bit ago, and they wouldn't let me in. I tried to stick my head in to at least see, and it's a very narrow lobby, and that is what we have seen in the videotape pictures. Something else I just found out. Let's show everybody. Right across the street is the supermarket. This is what the police reports are saying, and also local news media, that Joran Sloot went over to get coffee around 8:20, came back to this hotel. But when I just went in there, I asked them what time they open. They don't open until 9 o'clock in the morning. Monday through Sunday, 9 o'clock in the morning. So there is no way that he could have gone across the street to get coffee at 8:20. Now, as you can see, this is Lima. This is a very business Miraflores district. Now, Joran Sloot is still being held at the National Police headquarters. And here's what we're learning. The reenactment was supposed to take place at 5 o'clock this morning. But of course, things always take longer. It's expected possibly noon today. But in actuality, they have, through the pendency of the criminal investigation to bring him here for the enactment, he will have an attorney by his side. Now, we also are learning, and authorities are confirming with us from the Peruvian national authorities, that the normal procedure is to videotape a confession. So there may, in fact, be that evidence of a videotaped confession in all of this. Now, his attorney could actually, according by law, say that the presumption of innocence has been violated because he confessed. So there is a way for the defense to say we are not allowing this defense of a confession because it was through harassment or his being forced. They also could prevent him from doing this reenactment, but more likely than not, they will not. This could be a mitigating factor at sentencing, but as we said, formal charges not even filed yet because the reenactment will give all the precise details for the prosecution to know was this a premeditated crime? Was this a crime of passion, such as a manslaughter? And the reenactment will then give authorities the information they need to know as to what formal charges will then be coming.
Unbelievable stuff. You know, this morning, Natalie Holloway's father, Dave Holloway, was on Good Morning America speaking for the first time since Sloot's arrest in this case. Holloway named his ex-wife Beth Twitty in the FBI complaint against Sloot in an alleged extortion plot for information about Natalie's disappearance.
Well, by design, that was handled by the FBI, and unfortunately, I did not know anything about it. I think the only person that was involved in this incident was Beth.
Yeah.
Gene, I have to ask you, if they're going to do this reenactment, security, how are they going to get Sloot, you know, from, I guess, a car or vehicle into that hotel? Have they set up some sort of barricade? And who exactly is going to be allowed inside that hotel once Sloot goes in there?
You know, it's so different, Vinny, from the United States because we would be cordoned off, we would be down the street, we wouldn't be standing right in front of what is designated to be the crime scene and Hotel TAC where this all happened. We believe that he would come most likely with his bulletproof vest on again. Authorities would whisk him probably into the hotel. It would be very fast, but media is very close. Vinny, look at the headlines today. I'm sure you're not surprised. The local newspapers, confesó, he confessed, and yo la maté, I killed her. This is what everybody is watching, thinking, and looking at. Lima, Peru. Joran Sloot interrogated for what is to be 10 hours, it is understood. The confession was very surprising to all. It happened around 5:30 yesterday afternoon. When it happened, they realized, though, that they had captured this man, that he was confessing to the crime of killing Stephanie Flores. Now the legal process will go forward. But the question remains, what crime or crimes will he be charged with? Kidnapping, robbery, or only murder?
Unbelievable. Mike Brooks, I've got to ask you, as an investigator, you've got a guy who confesses and then you can take him right back to the scene of the crime. Tell me, how shocking is this to you as an investigator?
I tell you what, I wish I could have done this every time with people that I locked up here in the United States. This is unbelievable. And as Gene just said, you know, they would have the media down the street. They wouldn't have it right in front of the hotel. And it's, you know, it's amazing to me that they're going to take them back and reenact it. You know, we hear about juries sometimes being taken to the scene, you know, to try to
for a jury review after the fact,
exactly,
but taking the defendant
right after the confession.
Unbelievable.
It really is.
Midwin Charles, as we get ready for this moment to occur, you know, we're learning more about the way things are done in Peru, which is different. Not saying it's any better or any worse, but much, much different than what we do here. And the other difference is it's not going to be a jury, so you don't have to worry about tainting any jury pools.
That's right.
Ultimately, it'll be some judges that'll hear either some guilty plea or a trial.
That's right. It starts out with a judge hearing the evidence and examining the facts, and then typically this is if it goes to trial, right? Because if he's confessed, there would not be a trial. But if it did, after that judge heard the evidence, then it would go to a 3-judge panel, much like here where we have an appellate court, usually with 3 judges. It would go to that 3-judge panel. But also, Vinny, what is interesting is their trials in Peru can last for years, and even if the person confesses, sometimes it can still
That's
go
another
on for a long
fascinating
time.
part of this whole process, because from where I'm sitting, it seems like they've got a extremely strong case.
It
We've
does.
got Gene Casares live in Lima, Peru, at the scene of the crime. We've got more on Vandersloot coming up. A public defender from Peru will join us to talk about what's going on in this case. Don't go anywhere. Ryan Smith up next.